Hello everyone, welcome to this quick tutorial. In this video, you are going to learn how to build a student helpline system for university. This system is going to be a smart contact center solution built using Amazon Connect, Bedrock, and then Amazon Lex. So this is how the system will work. When students call or message into a contact center solution, they have the options to choose to speak to an agent, or they can choose to engage our virtual assistant. So let's get right into it. We are going to start by first configuring or building our Amazon Lex bot. So I'll just search for Amazon Lex, or if you have it opened, you can just open that. And then I'm going to create a new bot. Here I'm going to select traditional. And then I'm going to call my bot under permissions. I'm going to create a new basic permission, and then I'll select no. For the language, I'm going to select English, and then the voice, I'm going to probably use Matthew.
Hello, my name is Matthew. Let me know how I can assist you.
Leave the rest as default and then click on done. You can choose any voice you want. The first thing I'm going to do is to create one intent that I'm going to call it as. So basically, an intent in Amazon Lex just represents an action that the user wants to do, right? So if someone reaches out to our call center, the purpose for which they are calling is basically the intent. So one of the intents that we are going to use for this implementation is going to be the speak to an agency intent. So I'm going to call it speak to an agent. And then I'll just give it some utterances. If someone wants to speak to an agent, what are some of the things they are likely to say? So I'll just do speak to an agent. So I'll just leave it like this. I think this should be good for now. Then I'll click on save intent. So this is our first Lex intent. I'll proceed to create another one before I build it. So I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to use the built-in intent. And then the intent I'm looking for is the Amazon Connect QnA intent, right? This Amazon.QnA intent. So I'm going to select that. So basically, this is an inbuilt QnA bot intent that Lex provides that you can use to configure your QnA intent. So I'm just going to call it QnA bot. I think this will be good. Now let's talk about the QnA intent. So there are a lot of ways you can configure it. You can configure it by using an OpenSearch database that we have, or we can use Amazon Kendra for the index and search and all that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use knowledge bases from Amazon Bedrock. So Amazon Bedrock is basically a fully managed AI service from AWS that lets you build GenAI applications, right? So it just allows you to build GenAI application without necessarily thinking about the infrastructure and all that. It has a lot of LLMs available that you can make use of. It just gives you some simple APIs that you can connect to and all that. But for in this tutorial, we are not going to spend enough of time on that. We are just going to configure. Lex will handle a lot of things for us. So basically, what we are going to do is we are just going to have a data store, and then we will just connect that to our Bedrock through OpenSearch Serverless, and then we can do some few other things. So I'm just going to proceed to do that configuration. So before we continue, I will need some few stuff. That is, we will need a knowledge base ID. So I'm just going to configure the knowledge base. So I'll just search for Amazon Bedrock. So if this is your first time coming to the Bedrock interface, you will have to request access to some of the foundational modules that are available that you can use for this implementation. So I'll just quickly proceed to do that. So under the Bedrock configuration, I'll come to model access, and then once you come to model access, you will see a lot of available foundation models, right? So the ones you are looking at getting, you can just select them and then you request for access. I think I already have the ones I need for this tutorial. I think we are using Claude, and then probably I'll use Titan or something. So I already have them. So if you want to request for access of any of these, you can basically click on available, and then you click on request model access, and then it will select it for you. So all the ones you need, you just select them, and then you click on next, and then you'll be able to request it. But because I've already requested the ones I have, I'm not going to proceed with this. So yeah, so this is the first phase of it. If you want to complete this, just do it, and then most of the models you can request for them for free, or just request for it and then you'll be good. Now, after getting a model, we are going to create a knowledge base. So on the sidebar, I'm just going to look for knowledge bases. Yeah, so we are going to create our first knowledge base. So I'm going to click on create knowledge base. Then I'll select the first option. I'm going to just add this for easier identification. Then I'll create a new row for the data source. That's basically where our data is going to be stored. There are lots of options that you can make use of, but in this quick tutorial, we are going to use S3. So we are going to have an S3 bucket which contains our data. The data is basically the information that you want the QnABot to be able to read from and then provide answers to the customer. Yeah, so up here, I'm going to just select the bucket. For the purpose of this tutorial, I already have an S3 bucket created called Student Helpline Bucket Demo, and then it has a file. This file is basically a PDF containing some data or information about a dummy university that I have. I'll later on open this file and then show you guys what is in there. So I'm just going to select that bucket. So I'll just set for Student Helpline and I'll select it. Yeah, I can go one level to select the exact file that I'm looking at also, if that's what I want. So I just come in there and then I select my file, click choose, and I'll click on next. Here I'm required to select the model that I look at using to convert whatever it's into my file into and embed it, right? That is, it's just basically going to break into chunks and all that, so that when the question comes in, the GenAI model will be able to process it and do all that. So I'm just going to select the model I'm looking at. So for this tutorial or for this part, I'm going to use let me use this. I think this should be fine. The Titan G1. This should be fine. For this tutorial, click next. And then I'll proceed to create my knowledge base. So now our knowledge base is being created. It will take some time to do that. Alright, so now that our knowledge base is ready, I'm just going to proceed to see if I can test my knowledge base. But before I do that, I'm just going to sync whatever documents I currently have in my S3 bucket. So I just select this data store. Let me just go in here, and then I'm going to just do that so that at least I'll have the current information in there and everything. So everything is done. So it's gone in there, it's seen it, and then it's complete. So now that this is complete, I'll try and then test my knowledge base. So I'll click on knowledge bases. So where is my knowledge base? The one I created for this demo. I think it's the first one. So I'll select it and I'll click on test knowledge base. So basically this test knowledge base, I'm just going to select retrieve volume from data source. So I don't want the model to generate any other response. I want whatever response I get should come from the document I have. So I'm going to first show you guys the document, and then so this is the document in there. So it's University of Kwabena, and then there are some few other stuff in there, just some random stuff I generated online. So just University of Kwabena and all that. So I'm just going to test my knowledge base against this. So in here I'm going to type what is the university about. If everything is working fine, you should get a response. So you see, University of Kwabena is a university forward thinking, blah blah blah. So it means a knowledge base, and then everything is working fine. So now we can proceed to actually work on this. So this is great. I'm just going to close this, copy my knowledge base ID, then I'll come back to my Amazon links. So here I'm going to then paste my knowledge base ID. For now, I'm going to leave everything as default and then just save it. So guys, if you can see, during the model, as I said, you need a couple of things. So for you to use the Q&A intent, you need access to this Claude. That's the Anthropic Claude models, right? So I already have access to a couple of them. So I think I have access to the V2. So I can just select that and then I'll click on save. If you don't have access to this model, you can't save it, or you can't even build your Lexbot. So now that I have this, and then I have my speak agent intent ready. Speak to agent intent is basically an intent that you use in Connect for someone to be able to speak to an agent directly instead of probably engaging with our Lexbot. So I'm just going to build this. Yeah, I'm going to click on test to first test my Lexbot before we go to the Amazon Connect to configure our contact center experience. So first I'm going to just check my speak to agent intent to see if that is working fine. So I'll just type speak to agent. So if you remember, I said the all transits are what you type to trigger that said intent. So as you can see, speak to agent is fulfilled. So that's fine. So this is working as fine. Let me see if my Lexbot is working with my knowledge base. So I'm going to ask the same question we asked there. What is the university about? So good. So you see, I'm getting a response. University of Kwabena is a forward thinking, blah blah blah. So now our Q&A bot is working fine. It's reading from our documents and all that. So this is how you can basically configure a Q&A bot and then integrate it with whatever you want to. That's true using Amazon Lex and Q&A intent. It's a very simple solution, and then you can customize it. There are multiple ways of coming up with this. If you don't want to go ahead using this Amazon Bedrock Knowledge Bases, and then you want to configure your own stuff, yeah, there's a lot of fancy things you can do with this. I've tried it a couple of them out and it's very great. So you can keep on exploring with it. Alright, so in this section we are going to learn how to configure our customer experience, and then we are going to do that using Amazon Connect. So just go into Amazon Connect, look at your instance and then come to flows. The first thing we are supposed to do is to associate our Amazon Lex with our instance. If you don't know how to create an Amazon Connect instance, I have a quick tutorial on that. Kindly check it out on the channel. And then also I have a couple of videos where I use Amazon Connect to build some fancy stuff. You can check all of them out. So what else I'm going to do is I'll just ensure I've selected my Lexbot, selected a test alias because it's a quick demo. I'm not going to use any live alias or any of the sorts, and then I'll add this to my Amazon Connect instance. So now my Lexbot is associated with my Amazon Connect instance. I'm going to proceed to do a couple of things. There are a couple of flows that I'm going to create. So the first one is going to be a main inbound flow. Basically, the flow in which when someone reaches out to our call center through either chat or voice, the call will come in. Yeah, so in order not to waste time in this tutorial, I've just configured the flow. I'm just going to walk us through, and then if need be, we'll make some further adjustments to the flow. So this is a very simple Amazon Connect call center flow. So basically, when a call comes in, I'm basically checking to see the channel. If the channel is stated as start, I'm just playing a welcome message, which is this University of Kwabena. This is our official student offline chat. Then I connect them to our Lexbot instance. So if you are creating or following this tutorial, what you have to do is, after importing the flow, just make sure to select the Lexbot you associated with your instance, right? You select it and then you select the alias. If you are using the live alias, you can use it, or if you are using the test alias, you just select it and then that's pretty much it. So in here, I'm just saying, hello, my name is Corps, and I'm here to assist you. How may I help you today? So I'm just doing just that, and then if the person says the two intents, right? So if you look in here, we have two intents we are currently looking at. One is the Q&A intent, and the other one is the speak to agent intent we created in our Lexbot. So if you come to your Lexbot, you see the two intents you created. So I just have them, and then I've added them here. And then if the person wants to speak to an agent, I'm just routing them to a queue and then transferring them down to the queue. So I'm just using the basic queue for this tutorial, and then that's it. If the person comes in through the voice route, I'm just playing this message where I want the person to do a menu selection option. That is, we want to check if they want academic or something. I want you guys to see the DTMA functionality of Amazon Connect also. It comes in, and then if they go, I'm just routing them to store the basic queue, and then I'm setting a customer queue flow. Basically, the customer queue flow is the queue experience the caller or whoever is reaching out to the agent experience as they wait. So I've configured it. I want to also demo callback as part of this tutorial. So I've already done that, and then I've selected my customer queue flow. So this is my customer queue flow, a quick walkthrough. So basically my customer queue flow, all that I'm doing is I'm setting login as always, and then I'm playing a short music. So this is basically just a short audio that plays, and then after that I'm giving them the option to, if they want to receive a callback, they should press 1, or they should continue to stay the line to speak to a representative, and then that's pretty much it. If they press 1 to receive a callback, I'm asking them a couple of things. If they want to receive a callback on the number they are calling with, they should press 1, or if they want to enter a different number. If they enter, I'm proceeding to set those numbers, and then I'll then route them to the callback experience. If it's successful, I think I'm playing thank you, we'll call you back. And that is pretty much it. In between here, I'm just playing the callback number they entered to confirm to them too. So that's pretty much it. You can just walk through the flow and then see it. But it's a very simple flow, just for a simple callback experience too. So yeah, so I already have this two flow configured. I'll do what to give you guys access to the flow, and then that will be it. So now this is Amazon Connect flow, and then this is right. So I'm just going to proceed to test this implementation. Alright, so my Google Voice is ready, and then I'm going to place a test call into our call center. So this is the number I'm just going to call.
Welcome to the University of Kobina. This is your official student helpline. For academic, press 1. For finance, press 2. Press 3 to speak to our virtual assistant.
I'll just select 3.
Hello, my name is Cobbs and I'm here to assist you. How may I help you today?
What is the university about?
University of Kobina is a forward-thinking institution founded with a mission to redefine higher education in Africa and beyond. Our university champions innovation, inclusivity, and hands-on learning, preparing students not just for jobs, but for lifelong impact.
So that's pretty much it. So you guys can play around and test it or modify your flows accordingly. So I'm going to do the last bit of it. That's how to integrate it with our website. So I'm just going to, I think I have a dummy website currently running on my local. So I'm going to use just that for this tutorial, and then we should be good to go. So I'll just quickly show you guys what I have. So yeah, so this is not an official site, it's not live, it's just running on my local. So if you can see, just I have a dummy website for University of Kobina, and then we are going to integrate our chat widget to this, or that is our website which has our Lexbot, and then we'll make our final modification that I want you guys to see. Good. So to create your chat widgets, you just come to create a new chat widget. You give your widget a name, then you select the chat flow, that is the inbound flow. When someone wants to access your Helpdesk, and then they come through your chat widget. Which flow are you pointing to? I'll select that. And then for the web calling, because that this video is not about that, so I'm just going to select any flow and then click on save and continue. So on this page, this is where you configure how your chat widget looks like. There are lots of changes that you can do. There are lots of customizations and all. But I wouldn't waste a lot of time because that's not the focus of this. What that I'm going to do is to try and change this header, the how can I help you, to something that I like. So let me see, University of Kobina. So just this, and then yeah, fill the color. Oops, let me see. Let me look for something that comes. All right, so this is okay for now, and I'll leave everything as default. Just save it. So if you have an actual website and then you are integrating it with it, you have to add the domain of your website here. But because I'm currently running it on my local, I'm just going to use localhost and then the port that I'm on. So I think it's going to be on port 5000. So if you want to make this tutorial very great and very nice to you, what you can do is you can check out my other video where I show you guys how to build or deploy your website on S3 and then front into it, CloudFront, and then do some fancy stuff. You can check out that tutorial, host it, and then use the domain you get from CloudFront in here, and then it will work perfectly fine. Once you do that, just share it online and then tag me on LinkedIn or whatever social media you are on, and I'm very glad to check it out so that people can see your actual build and all that. So I'll just add this domain. For now, I'm not going to add any security stuff, and then click save. So now my chat widget is ready. So this is the script I'm going to use to integrate my widgets to my website. So let me just show them website again, the one I currently have on my local. I think I dragged it here. So this is it, right? It's something small. This is just a simple HTML file running somewhere on my local. So that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to now is integrate my chat widget to this page. So I'll just quickly bring this and then show you guys what we have. So this is it, and then I'm going to just put in my chat widget here. This is the script I got from Amazon, right? So let me take just the script out, my old script. I don't need it any longer. So this is it, and now if I check my web page, if everything is working fine, let me see. Oops, I think my server is not live. All right, so let me do a go live, and then the port. So let me check this out. So as you guys can see, I have my chat widget here, but I see something. If I want to test this out, it's not going to work the way I want it to work, because if you remember, because this is not a live thing, and then if you come to connect and then you see the domain I added a local host and not this random number. So if I try accessing my chat widgets using this number, I might get this error. So if you are getting this error, it's because of how you are accessing it. So I'm just going to change this thing to localhost, and then I think that should solve it. Alright, so now I'm going to show a final demo of what we built so far. That is the student helpline system for University of Kobina. So as we went through this, our simple web interface, and then I'm going to proceed to test the two features we currently have and then see how best it goes. So I'm going to start with just chatting with our QnABot, and then later on I'll request to speak to an agent. So our chat with this is ready now. As you can see, University of Kobina. Hello, my name is Cobbs, and I'm here to assist you. How may I help you? So I want to first ask who established the university. About, so I'm asking what the university about is about. I'm asking that. Great. So you see, we are getting a couple of answers and all that in our chat. Speak to an agent. I'm going to request to speak to an agent. So because of how we configured our contact, so we didn't put any prompt in there. So as we can hear, the alert is coming in. I'm just going to accept the chat. And if you can follow the conversation, this is what came in here. So the chat with the customer. So I can type in, hello, my name is agent. So if I come in here, it's in here. All right. So this is pretty much it in working or in section. So this is the chat feature of it. So we realized that we're able to speak with our QnABots by going through the easy configuration we did. And then now we're able to transfer it to an agent to do that. So you can customize it, this whole chat with it. You can customize it as to how you want it. You can make it much nicer and all that. So this the first part of the demo. So I'm just going to end this chat and then we'll proceed to test our voice implementations. So now to test the voice, I already have the phone number associated with the flow as we saw in the implementation. So I'm just going to call the number and then I'm going to demo the Q&A conversation, and then also I'll proceed to see if I can test the callback so that those of us who have not seen callback can see the Amazon Connect callback experience.
Welcome to the University of Kobina. This is your official student helpline. For academic, press 1. For finance, press 2. Press 3 to speak to our virtual assistant. Hello, my name is Cobbs and I'm here to assist you. How may I help you today?
Who established the university?
University of Kobina was founded by Kobina no Ko.
Okay, so now voice channel 2 is working. Let me quickly test the callback feature.
Welcome to the University of Kobina. This is your official student helpline.
So
For academic, press 1.
The normal DTM.
For finance, press 2.
So I'm going to
Press. Thank you for your patience. If you would like to receive a callback, please press 1. Or continue to stay on the line, and a representative will be with you shortly. To receive a callback on this number, please press 1. To receive a call back on a different number, please press 2. You will be called back on +1 83235644719. Please press 1 to confirm or press 2 to re-enter. Thank you. We will call you back.
So now I've requested a callback. Let the agent come available. So now the callback request is coming in.
Basic queue.
Name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
You see?
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so you see. Now everything is fine, and I'm able to speak to the agent. So I'm just going to end the demo. Alright, so this is how you can implement a simple QnABot solution using Amazon Connect, Bedrock, and Amazon Lex. So this is just a simple use case. Thank you for watching, and then see you in the next video.